All right, all my Detroit Piston fans and all my Detroit fans, all my Motor City Sports Talk fans, make sure you guys go check out Piston Mike. We got him over 100 followers, so make sure you check him out. Everything Pistons, man. He gonna hold it down and do his thing, just strictly on the Pistons thing. You know, I got the Lions and Pistons, but man, we always trying to help people get their channel up. Let's get them to 200 next, 300 next, 400 next, 500 next, and let's get them all the way to a rack so you can start making that bag. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you go over to Piston Mike as you see it on the screen. Let's get them to 200, then 300, then 400, then 500, and the whole shebang. Peace. All right, we back. Commercial Sports Talk talking about the Pistons, and Doumbouya has been doing well. None of you guys talking about Doumbouya, and also we talk about how tonight is a must-lose versus the Timberwolves. But let's get into it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, so you get the notification. We're gonna do some Piston live stream. Hopefully coming up later this week. Tomorrow we had a live stream reaction to the Lions schedule. Excuse me. So make sure you check out the Detroit Lions schedule as well too. I said the game-by-game log, not the regular log. So he's averaging 5 points a game, 2.5 rebounds a game, 0.8 points a game this season, right? So now we're at the point where we going down the season, right? And one thing you notice about Doumbouya, which most basketball fans don't know shit about basketball, right? The number one thing you notice about Doumbouya is, I noticed this. People talking about he's not doing good, he's not good. This, that, and the third. You know, this season, you know, he started off with a lot of minutes, right? He was very inconsistent. I mean, just as far as his output. His first game where Chicago, he played 28 minutes, right? 5 points, 3 personal fouls, right? 25% from the field. The next game, Chicago, 22 minutes, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 50% from the field, right? And a lot of things that were wrong this season was really on Blake Griffin, because Blake Griffin really stagnated the offense. They couldn't run how they wanted to run. Killian also struggled early in the season. You take away Blake, take away the hip injury, he probably fighting with LaMelo Ball. Not LaMelo, probably with Bay and Tyrese Haliburton, who got injured for all-team rookie spot, right? And look at the Memphis game. He played 28 minutes again, 14 points, 2 assists, 1 block, 1 steal, 6 rebounds, 50%. So look, he having a stretch where, you know, he's shooting the ball well. He's just not getting the volume. You know, Charlotte, 20 points, 2 personal fouls, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. He shot 40% from 3, 60% from the field, right? And, you know, he played 31 minutes and 27 minutes. He kind of struggled, right? 29 minutes. And then, you know, think about it. He played the first 7 games. He played at least 21 plus minutes. 18, 14, 24, 17, 23, 13, 9, 23 in the next slate of games. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games, whatever it was, right? So he struggled. Then you look after that, right? It's 5 minutes, 8 minutes, 7 minutes, 16, 14, 3, 6, 15, 27. So 10 games, come on. And he was having some really good games. Even the Dallas stretch, he had 14 points, 1 turnover, 3 personal fouls, 1 assist, 2 rebounds, shot 50% from the field. You go through the next stretch of games, right? 12, 9, 23, 15, 16, 6, 16, 6, 24, 18, 12. So you have a kid that's, 20 years old that's playing inconsistent minutes. So yeah, he had a couple shaky games, but they were straight games, and you bench him. Like I said, you know, if Troy Weaver's biggest mistake this year, man, and I'm gonna talk about this in the post game situation probably next week, was just hiring too many wings, and I believe in Doumbouya. Okay, you bring in Jeremy Grant. Why gotta bring in Josh Jackson too? Should have been one or the other. So then you go 21 minutes in next stretch, 13, 15, 17, 19, 7, 5, 10, 17, 5, 5, 13, 23, 14, 11. God damn. How you expect a young player to play good and his minutes up and down? You know, and, you know, the last few games, you know, 10 points, 20, that's preseason, excuse me. Am I reading this backwards? I am reading this backwards. I'm reading this backwards. I'm sorry, y'all. So I'm reading it backwards, but I read it backwards. So basically, look, the start of the season, they did preseason. That don't count. So to start the season, 11 minutes, 14, 23, 13, 5, 17, 10, 5, 7, 19, 17, 15, 13, 21 minutes, 12 minutes, 18, 24, 6, 16, 6, 16, 15, 23, 9, 12, 27, 6, 3, 14, 16, 7, 8, 5, 5 minutes, right? Now you kind of get into the point where they kind of trust him. 23, 9, 13, 23, 17, 24, 14, 18, 29. So now this is a stretch over backwards. So he's been playing more minutes, right? 27, 31, 14, 34, 28, 22, 28 minutes. And he's starting to kind of get into a rhythm and get consistent, you know? And ultimately, you got a 20-year-old kid, you got to find a niche for him. You got to find a consistent. If he's going to come off the bench and play 20 minutes a game, let him play 20 minutes a game unless foul trouble dictate something else. It's just simple as that. And it's not Doumbouya. It's just, just a lack of consistent playing minutes for him. And he shouldn't be fighting with Jeremy Grant, Bay, and Josh Jackson. In reality, he should just be fighting with he should be behind Grant and Bay, or Jackson and Bay, or Jackson and Grant. And ultimately, when you evaluate him, man, he's a good basketball player. He's 20 years old still. You know what I'm saying? It's just to the point where they don't believe in him. You putting everybody else in the players, you had to worry about Blake. Remember when Blake was here? It was Blake, Grant, Jackson, and Bay. And it was kind of hurting Bay minutes as well. This dude 20 years old, won't be 21 till December. Almost a year away. And ultimately, the Pistons really failed him this year by not finding him a niche. That's Troy Weaver's biggest mistake. His biggest mistake is literally hiring too many wings and not letting this dude grow. Or send him to the G League, and it really wasn't no G League this year. The G League hurt him. He should have been playing. He good enough to play. Because guess what? If he played well or don't play well, you ain't winning no games. So realistically, where you looking at is probably Grant or Jackson moving on this year. Let him go in there and play them spots. Or is it or next year go back to regular, you put him in the G League and, remember he's still in 21. Realistically, what I would do is Jackson or more likely it'll have to be Grant. I hate to say it because you won't get nothing for Jackson unless you let Jackson walk. Realistically, man, I'm probably sitting there and say, Doumbouya, you're going to play behind Grant next year. That's why I say you're going to play behind Grant next year. And probably let Josh Jackson walk. Oh, Josh Jackson, you can trade Josh Jackson. He got one more year on his contract. So, but it's just reality of it that they got to find a minutes, or you got to flip him somebody that will find the minutes. But he can play. It's too early to give up on the 20-year-old kid. But yeah, they play tonight. They play we can finish on Doumbouya. They play the Timberwolves tonight, man. And I think ultimately you look at the game, look at the NBA standing. This is a must-lose game. Okay. You look at it and you really got the Cavaliers nipping at us, the Magic nipping at us. So in the East for the worst record, we number 1. But you look at the games left for the Pistons. My bad. I picked go to the Pistons log. 20 and 49, right? The games left for them: Timberwolves, Nuggets, and Heat. So this is critical right here because the Nuggets fighting for position, the Heat fighting for position in the East, right? So now really you have to lose. You're gonna lose the next 3, right? Lose tonight, lose the next 3. You're going to immerse yourself in the worst record in the Eastern Conference. We won't catch the Rockets, right? But think about it. The Rockets probably had the best odds, right? But guess what? The Timberwolves and the Thunder have won one more game than the Pistons. So right now the Pistons are legit sitting at the second worst record. Do you really want to get into the tiebreaker with Minnesota, Thunder? Think about it. If you lose tonight, you're in a tiebreaker. If they keep losing with Minnesota, the Thunder, the Cavs, the Magic. So you sitting second pretty no matter what they say. I go out there and put Savitas out there tonight. I put all my D team out there. Think about it. You lose tonight, you in a tie with Orlando, Cleveland, Oklahoma City Thunder, Timberwolves. So realistically, you might end up with going from second, third, fourth. You could end up with the six best odds. And realistically, you don't want to fall out that top 5 because really, 4. Because really, from what I know, is Cunningham, Suggs, Green, Mobley, and it's the other Jonathan, whatever his name is. Realistically, you don't really want to fall out that 4. And realistically, if you do get the number 1 pick, right? Think about it for a minute, all right? And let's say, Houston or somebody else there. Guess what? you can move down and still end up with Jalen Green and Mobley and pick up more picks. So it's important because you can legitimately pick up more picks by moving down, taking Green, because Cunningham sucks. You don't really need him. Green and Mobley are the guys you're looking at. So, and realistically, getting that top pick, you can move down the space and somebody can end up what they wanted to, who they want. So it's a lot riding on the line. And obviously, SOP, same old Pistons, will be, they're going to sit there, they're going to find a way to win and end up with a 6th spot. They can be happy about the young talent they got now, but we know history of us picking from 15 to 7 to 6, it hasn't been good. You talk about what year did Andre Drummond come out? When Andre Drummond draft was 2012. So, right, think about this for a minute. Let's talk about NBA draft. And look, I haven't looked at this stuff. I just remember it, right? And think about this. Think about the people. We're not worried about their bad drafting history going back. We're talking about moving forward, right? Terrence Ross, Harrison Barnes, Damian Lillard. Think about it. What if they would have been bad enough to end up with Lillard? Right? Other than that, it's no Bradley Beal, Anthony Davis, right? What if they was good enough to end up with those guys? Right? You go back a year. Brandon Knight, right? We don't worry about what they passed up on Kemba Walker. We're not working Klay Thompson. We can have a conversation about that, but realistically, really wasn't nothing there. So we can't really get mad. What the hell happened to Derek Williams? Jesus. Man. But you go back a year, I think it's Greg Monroe draft. Yeah, Greg Monroe. You did pass up on Gordon Hayward, Paul George, Eric Bledsoe. But realistically, DeMarcus Cousins. That's really it. Because you wouldn't probably get number 1. But there are some guys you just go back and say, you know what? You look at the Austin Davis pick. You would have moved up. Really, Brandon Jennings ended up with him anyway. DeMar DeRozan, Steph Curry. Really, James Harden. Blake Griffin with 1 year, end up with him. But some of the misses they had in that draft from Austin Davis, it really wasn't nothing major. Drew Holiday, they missed on him. Ty Lawson, Jeff T. Omi Caspi didn't do much in the league. This dog over here dreaming. Wayne Ellington ended up with him anyway. So, ultimately, think about it. We move up 1 or 2 more spots. It's like our franchise could change. Damian Lillard, guys like that. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Don't forget me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I'm on links in the description. You can reach out to want to advertise your business on channel video requests, or you just want to chop it up. Twitter's the fast way. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App TJ Good 313. That's in the description. PayPal link there as well too. Best for the donation. Share the video. Check out the channel, my main channel, for more sports, music, news, and entertainment right here on YouTube. Goodfellas Sports TV. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know in the comment section. Peace.